Hey, Bryce here. I just wanted to come. I'm getting ready to go to the store, but I had this like thought kind of hit me because there was a couple events that happened a couple days ago that really I wanted to put in perspective as to like why some people grow a lot faster than others when it comes to their business and it comes to their revenue. Whether it's like number of employees, whether it's just their revenue, their profit margins, like what causes people to grow. And I really just want to learn and understand how these financial bodies think so I can get good at, like tax planning and just really want to understand money as a whole. So in like 10, 20, 30 years from now, when I'm still inside this game helping people out, not only can I help them grow their accounting and bookkeeping firm, but I can also help them, get to seven figures and even get to eight figures in some cases if that's, what they truly desire to do. And that's really where I'm shooting for long term is like how can we just really learn this game of money so that the more money I get, the more money I know how to handle, right? So like my next goal I'm shooting for is to have about $1 million liquid inside of my cash account inside the bank. That's not counting like my SEP. That's not counting any 401ks, IRAs. That's not counting anything or Roths. I just want to have about $1 million cash, right? But in order to get that, you need to know what to do with $1 million because having $1 million cash, even $100,000 cash, can be very, very overwhelming, especially if it's sitting inside of one account and you don't have a plan for what to do with that. Because now a majority of your time is going to be spent to either splurging on random things and slash or just kind of panicking because you're not used to having that much money sitting in the bank account. For example, I had a student and she she was actually going into like a little bit of like a frenzy because it was the first time she had like a $20,000 cleanup on top of already making like about ten to about $15,000 per month, just depending on the time of the story. And she was just like, I've never had this much money in my account in one time in the span of like a month. And it just really freaked her out because she was used to growing, slowly and consistently. And yeah, she was doing about ten to $15,000 a month. But when you have an extra $20,000 that you were not anticipating beforehand, it can be a little bit overwhelming, which, it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. But we had to really sit down and talk about, like where are you going to be putting your money moving forward? What is it going to look like once you get, another $20,000 a month? What happens when you go to $35,000 a month? How are you going to really manage and maintain that money in order to make sure you keep your sanity and you still feel hungry and you don't just randomly splurge? Because I remember the first time I did $60,000 in sales in a month. It was ridiculous, right? Because like for most of the month, it didn't feel like it was gonna happen. But then all of a sudden, like we just started making more money. People just wanted to help. People wanted to give me more money. We got some pretty big cleanups in the accounting firm. But then as soon as the month was over, I was just like just kind of walking and relaxing. And it was funny. I opened up my account. I was like, oh wow, that's more money than I was expecting. That's a lot more than what usually comes in, right? And I was at the mall and I was just like walking, walking, walking. And all the expensive stores started calling to me. And then once I was inside, all the people were like, hey, how are you doing? And they're really good at encouraging people who have money to spend money with them. And the lady was so encouraging. She was so excited. She was like, wow, you're killing it in life. I saw you on social media the other day. Like, oh my gosh, you are killing it, man. Like, hey, have you seen this new watch? What? Yeah, I have a watch. I have the exact same one. Okay, well, what about this one? She kept upselling and upselling, upselling, and it was very, very easy if I did not have a plan of what to do with that money to spend it on something frivolous that, in some cases, some people do view, their watches and stuff as like an investment, but, I'm not really knowledgeable in watches, investing watches, so that wouldn't have been the best decision for me. So instead, I had a plan on what to put that money so that as soon as it hits the account, I know exactly what percentage is going to go where, so that I don't have just a huge amount of cash just sitting inside, kind of staring at me in the face, daring me to spend it. But hopefully this has been kind of an important video for you, right? Just knowing like what is causing the skill gap between people. And so if you want some help, you want to avoid all the mistakes, you want to just decrease that learning curve, increase the amount of money you're going to make in your first year, your second year, your third year, or just in the future in general, go ahead and click on the link inside the description below to book a call with me to see if I can help you out. Again, I can't help everybody, so in order to see if I can help you out, we gotta go hop on a call. I gotta ask you some questions. I gotta see if it's a good fit, and if it is a good fit, I'm gonna make you an offer. See if it's a good time for you to go, and then you can either get started or you can make arrangements for when you are ready to get started. Either way, you're gonna win. Now, if you're not quite ready for that call, that's okay too. I'll just see you inside the next video, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Have a great one.